G'day everybody, welcome back. Still no tractor parts, so no tractor videos. But today we're going to talk about random Facebook purchases and why they're always good fun. So here we go. So I've been on the lookout for a cheap quad or an ATV, depending on where you're from. And this one popped up late Saturday on Facebook, Buy, Swap and Sell, who aren't a sponsor. And for 200 bucks, I had an adventure off into the bush and picked it up. Officially, it's a late 80s Moto 4 Yamaha, somewhere between bigger than a Coke can in terms of engine capacity and smaller than a pint. So we'll have a bit of a look around it, and then I'll have a look at some of the gory details. So there's the front. Obviously, we know one headlight works. Has the original key, which is good. Today's video is sponsored by my mate Mick, who supplied the poly line for the breather hose because it didn't have one, and we had 100 mil of rain last night, so I had to get that on there pretty quick. There's the engine. Looks like everything's there. The seat. So when we took Nana's best bed sheet off the seat, we discovered that it's pretty average, but it's all right. It's only for putting your ass on. Around the back, the standard rusty rack with random piece of galvanised tube for doing some things. Not sure what that's for yet. It's got a tow ball on it. It's got tyres all the way around. Funnily enough, it has 4. And we'll come around this side. I'll try and get out. There we go, some less shadow. So it looks pretty good. It's complete, but I bought it as a not runner. So $200, came with a battery worth 200 bucks, came with 4 ATV tyres worth more than 200 bucks, so fairly happy. But when we take it apart and we look at it closely, you'll see why it wasn't running. So take the seat off. It's all there. It's had a bit of a wash. Still got the brackets, still got the locking spot. Obviously got some ugly staples sticking out of it, but we do have an upholsterer in town, or I'll just wrap it in an old towel or Nana's other sheet. With the seat off, starts to become apparent why it might not be running. There's some home wiring. Come back under here, have a look, you'll see, if I can find it, there's some more home wiring up in there. So the battery sits there. Came complete with about 4 dozen spiders, and the other, not sure if it's a major problem yet, but the selector lever is clearly held together by electrical tape. Does work, does everything it needs to, but unsure. In terms of other critical supplies, the fuel tank does hold fuel, and it held a little bit of water which I've drained, and it does have in here just a smidge of oil. Clearly needs a little bit more. Have to do some Googles about what that sort of oil is. It says 1500 centimetres there, assuming that's oil capacity, but again, that's why Google was invented. There's a serial number here. There you go. Not sure what any of it means, haven't been on Google's yet. But the 59V there also says 59V there. I figure we're on the way. Standard exhaust pipe, standard spark plug, standard rust, standard spiders, standard foot pegs. Everything seems to work from a peg and a handle implement idea. There's a couple of screws missing out of the throttle. Adjuster missing from there. Like I said, when we turn the key on, one headlight works, but I'm going to take this rack off, try and work out how to put a couple of big spotlights on the rack. So I'll weld it when it's not on the bike. And I'm going to take this rack off so I can get that blue piece off, so I can work out how scary the wiring is. And we might try and start it, just because it's Monday. Here we go. I don't think that one does any good. Can't quite see that. No thread at all. Piece number one. And piece number two. All right, plastic off. As you can see, there's a little bit of flaps and rubber work, and it needs a wash, but we've got 100 mil of rain coming again next couple of days, so I'll leave that there to have a bit of a bath. Come in here, what do we got? Home for spiders and random bits of shit. Might just close that up and keep the spiders safe. Random rope, and we'll fix that. It's probably doing an important job. or was. And here we get into the nitty-gritty. So that's the positive cable. And that's a join. That's a join. This wire here looks decidedly second hand. I'm not really sure what that does, but it might end up being replaced. Oh, the fuel tap still works. But as you can see, plenty of scunge. Probably needs a wash as well. So those bolts came out a little bit too easily. So I might have to replace a few bolts. But I'll take the front off next. So I want to get that rack off and work out why the headlight keeps falling off. Yeah, that one was no fun. Let's try the next one. There's plenty of spiders under here, just quietly. That one's a bit nicer. Now we'll get the bottom ones. See if the camera holds up. That's 3, 1 to go. Theoretically, now it should come off. And I would be wrong because I have missed a bolt. Actually, I've missed 2 bolts. Actually, I might have missed more than 2 bolts. But there we go. It's number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Where's the last one? Number 8. Let's take it off. Pieces. Okay, so problem number 1, headlight. Might need to work out how that's all fixed in there. I'll probably take them out. A couple of big spotlights on the front. Fixed up. Grab the battery, stick it in the hole, turn the fuel on, turn the key, see what happens. See you in a minute. Okay, moment of truth. Battery hooked up. Pretty sure that screw down there belongs over there, so I'll fix that later. Positive hooked up. A little bit more oil in it just to bring it up. Fuel tap, fuel tap, fuel tap. It's got some 98 in it, so it should go. Let's be serious. 98, everything runs on 98. Just ask a fella, I know. Fuel tap on. Turn the key on. Got a light, that means something. I think that's the choke. We're in the run position on our custom hand grips.